Well, today's a bit momentous. I'm officially going to sign my leave of absence for the next year of school. How about that? I also woke up super late. If I were to give you a play-by-play, I was supposed to wake up at 6. I did wake up at 6. At 6:10, I finally rolled over to turn off the alarm. At 6:11, I set another alarm. And then at 8, I ignored that alarm. And then at 10, I woke up. Oh no. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going. No pressure. Just gonna casually pseudo dropout, that's all. First up, grabbing some gas at Costco. I didn't have faith that I had enough to make it here, so I actually stopped at a gas station and asked for $2 of gas. I got the Rotella with me, got the OEM filters. I wish I had space to just do the oil change myself because it takes so much less time, but oh well. Go. It takes like several minutes for it to actually register full. I don't think I've been here since I crashed this car last.
Like, for lack of better, like, terminology.
How's it going?
You're gonna YouTube us?
I shouldn't know. Well, I mean, it's not like anyone follows me, but it's fine. You know, oil change. I can leave it for the day. No crashes this time. That's super duper. Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah. I think the last time I was here was at the time that I like. Yeah. So I just gotten the wheel mounted, the warranted one, and that day crashed, and it came. Memories. So I reposted something on Instagram from a while ago. It was like tail whips in slow motion from the winter, and Gabe commented, "Watch this 13 times," and as a joke, I commented back, "Now if you just make 13 comments, that algorithm boost will be real. Dude, this was sick. Dude, this was epic. Wow, OMG. Oh my god, this is so cool. Ow, bro, this is so sick. Halfway there. Damn, bro, this is a real Gene Boys for the win." I think he might have gotten blocked from commenting by Instagram. Oh, no. You ride better than I walk. Okay, all done now. 13 comments. There we go. Drive safe. It's really weird. I've talked about it before in the video of letting go of music. I haven't thought about school, being in classes, practicing for something other than just to play music in 3 months or so. And I'm getting like this odd returning sense of duality that I used to always have, or tertiarity. I had 3 endeavors that could have all taken a full person's attention. Actually, they all needed a full person's attention to have any chance of success. Making a feature-length documentary, being full-time in music school, and then the startup thing. Everything you see in my apartment, be that the layout of my room, the layout of my living room, or the fact that I have one black phone with a case on it, and then one white phone that's larger without a case on it, it was all engineered in my mind to help context changing, because you lose so much mental steam using that energy to like load everything that you need to think about to like insert yourself back in a paradigm. So anything that sort of is an involuntary cue helps. But it's basically been a summer without having to do that, and it's really weird to suddenly get this burst of like, I'm gonna go to the school again, I'm gonna see Gina again, I'm gonna walk past the practice rooms. It's trippy. I guess I should contextualize a bit for anyone that hasn't watched all of the previous videos what the hell I'm talking about. So, one moment. I used to do this primarily. I was studying classical music at Montclair State University because they had like a 90% music curriculum there. Most importantly, the teacher I was studying with was who I was trying to get with a Manhattan School of Music, who was Colin Williams, who is the Associate Principal Trombonist in the New York Philharmonic and also former principal at Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. He's really good at trombone, he's really good at teaching how to be good at trombone. I wanted to get some help from him, and he helped me out. And then I left. The flip side is I was coming back, hang on, let me turn off the AC. So you might think that was a mistake. It was actually just to hide the fuzziness in my sound. So the caveat for me was that I was coming back from losing my embouchure completely, which is all the muscles that keep the buzz, because all the sound on a trombone is just this, which is just this. Why am I doing this in front of a camera? Like you literally tighten the muscles, make a little more compression. You figure out how to go higher, but a lot of it is contingent on the muscles in your face. Obviously, no musculature in anyone in the world is gonna be perfectly symmetrical. So I overplayed once and the side of my face that literally had smaller muscles gave out. So I had to unlearn trombone and then relearn it. And that happened like 2 years ago. So long story short, Colin was at Montclair. Colin, what am I doing with this focus right now? Went through a way worse embouchure problem than I did, came back stronger than ever, and then landed a spot in the New York Phil within like 5 years or some ridiculous amount of time like that. So I was like, if there's anyone to study with to fix that stuff, it's him. But what ended up happening was I was busy with the documentary that I was trying to do, which I've since backburnered. I was busy trying to learn about the startup stuff because I just get obsessive, so it's not like my choice to delegate the focus to that, it just happens. And whereas you should be practicing like at least 5 days a week and ideally all 7, I was practicing like three. Only because I happened to have ensembles on all 3 of those days. All the time that I spent playing was either playing the same rep and rehearsal setting, which is like not always making music, or playing exercises, because my problem, like obviously if you lose the balance and you have problems with your musculature, you engage your muscles more going higher, so it gives you problems with a higher register. As you can tell, I should have that locked down, but I didn't because like my face was going and then I spent so much time focused on my face that my air went away. It got less than fun to practice. And I had other opportunities like prodding at my face. So what I did, well, I reached out to every professional in the New York scene that I could get to, talked to them all before to prepare for my meeting with Colin. And then I met with Colin, terrified, shaking in my shoes. He wasn't mad at all, and then in fact, he felt like it would be wrong of him to advise me not to pursue Sprackle, or the startup, if you don't know what Sprackle is. He said something which stuck out to me, because a lot of people say like, oh, if you don't do that, you're gonna regret it later. He said, if you don't do that, you're gonna be pissed off about it later. I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna take this gap year. And the reason why I'm taking a gap year is because at my school, you can take a leave of absence for any reason and come back the year after like nothing ever happened. So since 90% of startups fail in their first year, I figured that year would be a good litmus test to find out if I should actually drop out later. The reason I was having all those talks was to find out basically if I could audition into one of my dream conservatories, like Juilliard, Eastman, Manhattan School of Music, some other school like that, as a freshman at the age of say 25 or 27. And apparently, depending on the school, it is generally a yes if you didn't piss away all the, if it wasn't like I stayed in my parents' basement playing video games for 7 years, then I started practicing and then I came back. That's probably not gonna sell your case, but for me, leaving to pursue a startup and another opportunity, it shows ambition and stuff. I thought that there would be a lot of stigma that I left the scene and that there would be, I don't know, this sort of like poshness about like, oh, well, he's not serious enough. But it turns out that's not really the case. If you can play music, like, you just have to make sure your audition at 25 is as good or better than it would have been when you were 18. All of that considered, this is what I used to do 6 hours a day. I loved it. I had a setback. It was unfortunate, but that luckily led me to potentially bigger opportunities and a lot of learning. I guess I'm gonna go to the school now. Oh boy, this is happening. I'm excited. Don't think I need anything else. Wallet, keys, multi-tool. All right. Let's do the thing. That's really low. I guess it's downstairs. Oh my god. There it is. This is gonna suck. This takes forever, but whatever. Oh, maybe that's how you're supposed to do it. Ah, yes. For reals. Oh, headphones. No, that thing.
I just found out about your shit too. I seen a couple of your videos.
Thanks, man.